Hi, welcome to Art Connection. I'm Jessica McKay. So you've gotten the grandkid the bike and you got your cousin a tie, but what do you get the people in your life that you would like to give them something more unique and special? Well, why not come down here to the Artist Studio Gallery of the PV Art Center and give them some original work by local artists. Let's check out what they have.
In the beginning, we thought, oh, a few pieces of art and that would be great. And we've expanded to be more than just a gallery and a place for artists, local artists to sell work, but also to a family, a cooperative family. And we've expanded the walls of our gallery because we now do off-site shows. We do 2 runway shows of wearable art at the Art Center. We do a studio tour annually. We do Malaga Cove shows.
So about how many artists are affiliated with the Art Center?
It depends. With the Artist Studio, about between 70 to 80 artists. And one of the things that we like to say, Don, do you want to bring the poster over? Years ago, one of our artists, long retired, coined this about us, the best kept secret on the hill. And on this banner, I've used a painting by Bob Dowdy. And I think this guy looks like a secret agent making a phone call. Because the wonderful thing is we not only have art to wear that is all ranges of affordable, not only for Christmas, but year-round. We're rarely closed. We're open 7 days a week. And we have artists that do commissions of your home and family and portraits of houses and specialty jewelry. I'm wearing jewelry by one of our local artists, Vicki Zamborski and Francis Wong. And then the coat I'm wearing today, because I'm an art to wear curator. I've curated shows in LA and for the Art Center. And I call it, you don't need it to rain to wear a raincoat, particularly in California. So we're very actively involved. Every artist, every day, a different artist staffs the gallery. So when you come in, you not only see original art, but you get to meet one of the artists. We have everything from original cards made by artists to small ornaments for Christmas, to moderately priced gifts, to paintings that are very large, and everything from watercolor, photography, oils. We also have a program that you can rent art. You can not only, if you love something, you can lay it away. Everybody knows about layaway today. But you can also rent a painting and know whether you like it and decide whether you want to keep it or not. And if you want to keep it, what you've paid in rental goes against the purchase price of it. So we have a lot of good things going on.
And you yourself are an artist, is that right?
I'm an artist. I started out as a printmaker. And one of my original prints is on the front of a book I've just finished, which is I've always been a writer. I am a professional writer, but mostly now I do poetry. And where I had small chapbooks, I just finished one that is 52 poems and 70-some pages. And of course, I think it's the most beautiful book in the world.
Yeah.
3 steps backward from planet Earth.
You're a 3D artist. Will you tell us a little bit about this piece that you're holding?
This is Paula Pond Skater. Let's see. She is made out of ceramic and found objects. And about 3 years ago, I adopted a little girl who was 9 months old. And I took the year off, and we spent nearly every day outside looking around, and discovered that she really has an affinity for bugs. And I thought, there are a lot of reasons why I should go with this, so I did. And but the thing is that with bugs, they have super skinny little legs and antennas, and they'd break made out of clay. So I thought, hey, let's use stuff that's not going to break. So I went to Home Depot and I looked around and I was like, oh, this would be cool, that would be cool, but it's really expensive. And then I remembered my dad, actually my family has a building in Pomona, California that was once a hotel, and then it became a furniture store, and then it became an art gallery. And all of the detritus from its various lives have ended up in the basement of this building. And so I went down there and I got a whole bunch of skeleton keys and a whole bunch of just stuff and used it. So these keys are left over from the hotel days. I'm not sure what they were for, but I think they look like little cabinets of sorts. And then these actually don't come from that stockpile. I also teach at Chadwick School. I teach art. And we had a fire at the beginning of school 2 years ago. And the fire started at Crenshaw and came up the hill and stopped right on our boundary of our football field. And these are shot put markers. If you look at them that way, they might look a little bit more familiar. And they got burnt. So I asked, can I have them? And they said, sure. And I thought, this would be great for those little bugs that swim in the water. So she's a pond skater.
And I love what a great, beautiful story that goes along with the piece as well. So it's fun that it's not only found and three-dimensional, but it also has some really great meaning to it, too.
Yeah, thank you. My dad is a ceramic artist, and he knows a lot of ceramic, really important ceramic people. And I walked into his studio one day and sat down and I was like, man, I'm going to inherit all of this stuff. I have absolutely no idea what it's for or even how much it's worth. I mean, I can't even sell it if I wanted to. So I learned how to do it, and I took advantage of his resources and learned how to raku fire, which is what this is. It's a Japanese form of firing the glaze onto the clay, and that's what it looks like on the other side. It's just really fun to do, and it's very centering for me. I have to become one with myself before I can actually sit down and throw a bowl, because otherwise it just goes wonky and lopsided. So with the firing process, what you do is you take this piece, when it's red hot, you pull it out of the kiln. It's about 1800 degrees. All of the glaze is melted in it. And you pull it out and get it into the air, which is going to be anywhere between 60 and 90 degrees. And the shock, the thermal shock that occurs, makes these crackle glazes, it's supposed to crackle. And what I've learned over the years is that if I spit on them, I can actually get a better crackle pattern. So this little spot right here, and that little spot, and that little spot is where the spit landed. And then what you do is put it in an environment where it smokes. So I use a metal trash can and shredded documentation. They smoke for about 10 minutes. So the smoke then goes in all these little cracks and then pulls all the really cool colors out of the glazes. And that's what it looks like on the other side. And then I stick it in water to cool it off, and wash it off, and it's done. And I title each one having to do with personal aspirations of mine. This one's titled is Wonder. I started making the bugs 2 years ago. I've been making the larger animals for about 3 or 4 years. And I decided to go smaller for a couple reasons. One is that my back is lousy and they're heavy. And the other is that I started having technical problems with the clay. And I thought, I changed clay bodies, and I thought if I change the type of clay that I use and I work smaller, then if I have the same kinds of problems, it won't be quite as devastating. But also, if I have those problems, then I know that it's me and not the clay, and I haven't had the problems. So anyway, the bugs are working for me right now, and I'm happy with them, and I might return to the animals later if I find someone who can carry them for me.
Maybe when your daughter grows up.
Right, yeah. About 10 years.